Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to my channel to stay tuned to each and every video. And today we've got a really interesting one, sort of building on last week's video actually, which was basically overcoming the fear you might feel in a table tennis match and to use tactics to help you with that. And I thought today we'd build on the area of tactics in table tennis. So today I've got 3 tips for you guys to help build that winning formula in a table tennis match. So let's get right into it. So for the first tip guys, you need to know your strengths and know your opponent's weaknesses. So knowing your strengths is obviously a bit easier because you're practicing every day. You know if your forehand, for example, is better than your backhand, or your service is the biggest strength in your game. But knowing your weaknesses is also a bit more difficult because you need to have scouted out your opponent before. And if you know your strengths and your opponent's weaknesses, you can use that to your advantage. I mean, this is the backbone of sort of tactics in general in table tennis. So first you need to know your strengths, so you can use that against your opponent, and then you need to know your opponent's weaknesses. So again, you can utilize that and try to get the most out of each point. This is sort of your basic tactics when you go to a match. It's using your strengths to play against your opponent's weaknesses. So for example, if your strength is a forehand, topspin, and your opponent's strength is weakness is a backhand topspin, you can always want to be looking to play into that backhand, right? So that is basically the essential backbone of table tennis tactics. So then to build on that, we have tip number 2, which is make your serve useful. So what I mean by that, guys, is that you use your serve to set up your strengths or your opponent's weaknesses. So basically where you serve can then set you up. So whether that means you're serving with a side spin which goes that way, maybe then you want to turn around and play forehand for the backhand, because this side spin, the ball is going to go into a certain half of the table, nearly not always to your backhand. So you know that you can then set up your strength in your forehand to then turn around to play in your backhand, for example. Or of course you could always do a side spin serve this way, maybe that's a reverse serve or a backhand serve. You can then do that into the opponent's forehand, and they maybe will more likely than not push into your forehand, then you can get your nice forehand topspin in. Of course there's another part to that with serving, maybe you have a killer serve and you want to try and win points off the serve. But as the more stronger opponents you play, it's harder to win points off your serve. So normally, sometimes even the really, really top players, like the top professionals, they actually do serves with less sort of spin because this gives them a better return almost, and it sets up their game, their next shot. Just to recap, that is essentially using your serve, which is arguably one of the most important parts of table tennis, to then set you up for the game, so that you are making use of each serve you have. Now guys, for the third and final tip for the day, you need to be thinking about the receive of service. Now, receive is just as important as a serve really, because how you receive against an opponent can set you up for your strengths, right? Okay, it depends obviously what type of serve you get. Maybe you have an idea in your head, you want to, for example, get that topspin again we mentioned earlier. Maybe you want to be touching short or pushing long, so you get that nice backspin to your strength. Of course, this stuff, as I said, depends on the serve you get. You can sort of have an idea of this, and if you're experienced and you're quick to know how to receive a serve, when a serve comes, you can then get in your touch or your push, whatever it is that sets up your strength. So using your receive of service is really important to try and set up your game. There's also another side to that as well, is that you can also make it hard for your opponent. So just like you can use your killer serve to make your opponent maybe make a mistake off your service, you can also use your receive to make it hard for them to get their game in. So there's 2 points to that. But again, it's another essential sort of tip to help you build that winning formula. So guys, if you like this video and you want to see more, please do leave a thumbs up and do go subscribe, hit that red subscribe button. That'd really help me out. If you haven't already done so, please do go follow my Instagram account, Matthew Daish blog, and also my Twitter, mdaishtt. And if you're also interested, I set up a table tennis blog on my website. Currently, we're doing a table tennis fitness program, and yeah, it'd be really good to see you guys there. And yeah, see you guys again next week.